Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Conversation Podcast, the show that helps you improve your English in a natural and enjoyable way. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone listening around the world.
Hey, Mike, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. I actually had an interesting experience this morning that reminded me of today's topic.
Really? What happened?
I was making breakfast, and I noticed that I was thinking about my schedule directly in English. No translation at all. It made me realize how powerful language habits can be.
That is a perfect introduction to today's episode because we're talking about how to train your brain to think in English naturally. This is one of the most common questions we receive from listeners. Many learners say, I know English, but I still translate every sentence in my head.
If that sounds familiar, don't worry. It's completely normal, especially at the beginner and intermediate levels. The good news is your brain can be trained to think more directly in English.
And today, we're going to share practical strategies that you can start using immediately.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this podcast, please like the episode and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more free English lessons for learners everywhere.
And if you have a friend who is learning English, send this episode to them. Learning together is always more fun.
Okay, Mike, let's start with a simple question. Why is translating in your head a problem?
Because it adds extra steps. Imagine someone asks you, what did you do yesterday? If you translate everything, your brain has to understand the English, convert it into your native language, think of an answer, and then translate that answer back into English. Exactly. That process takes time, which is why many learners pause before speaking.
And during that pause, they often feel nervous.
Right. The goal is not to become perfect instantly. The goal is to reduce the number of mental steps until English feels more automatic.
So what's the first exercise?
Start with something very simple. Describe your daily activities in English. When you wake up, think, I'm getting out of bed. When you brush your teeth, think, I'm brushing my teeth. When you make tea or coffee, think, I'm making coffee.
That sounds easy enough.
It is easy, and that's why it works. You're teaching your brain to connect actions directly with English words.
Can learners make it more challenging later?
Definitely. After a few days, add details. Instead of, I'm making coffee, say, I'm making a cup of coffee because I need energy this morning.
So you gradually build longer thoughts.
Exactly. Short thoughts become longer thoughts, and longer thoughts become natural speech. Strategy 2. Use multiple expressions. Mike, I've heard you mention another technique before, using different expressions for the same idea.
Yes, this is extremely helpful. Suppose you're hungry. Don't stop with, native speakers rarely repeat the same sentence every time.
Let me try one. If I'm tired, I could say, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I need some rest. I could really use a nap.
Perfect. That kind of practice creates stronger connections in your brain.
Strategy 3. Create an inner monologue. Mike, I think many people already talk to themselves silently.
They do, but usually in their native language. Try moving part of that inner conversation into English.
What would that sound like?
Imagine you're walking outside. You might think, it's getting cloudy. I hope it doesn't rain. I forgot my umbrella. Maybe I should go home before the weather changes.
That feels much more realistic than simply naming objects.
Exactly. You're expressing opinions, predictions, and plans, the kinds of thoughts you have every day.
And no one can hear you, so there's no pressure.
That's one of the biggest advantages. Your brain practices English in a safe environment.
This next idea surprised me when I first learned it, using emotions. Yes, emotions help memory. When something good happens, think in English, that's fantastic, or I'm really happy about this. And when something goes wrong, think, this is frustrating, or I can't believe I forgot that. So English becomes the language of real feelings, not just school exercises. Exactly. Emotional language is often remembered more strongly. Let's move to listening practice. Many learners either choose material that is too easy or far too difficult. That's true. You should understand most of what you hear, around 70 to 80%. If you understand almost everything, you may not be learning much. If you understand very little, you'll become frustrated. So, podcasts for intermediate learners are a good choice. Yes, and TV shows with English subtitles can also be excellent. Should learners use subtitles all the time? At first, yes, but gradually try listening without looking at the subtitles for short sections, like listening to 1 minute, then checking the subtitles. Exactly. That trains your ears while still giving you support. What about repetition? Is it useful to listen to the same podcast again? Absolutely. But don't play it 5 times in a row. Listen today, then again in 2 or 3 days. Why wait? Because your brain has time to process the language. When you return later, you'll notice that you understand more. I've experienced that with movies. The second viewing feels much easier. That's your brain strengthening the language patterns.
Strategy 7. Speak out loud every day. Now for the part that scares many learners, speaking.
Yes, but remember this. You cannot become a fluent speaker without speaking.
What if someone has no English-speaking friends?
Start alone. Speak out loud for 1 minute about any topic, your breakfast, your job, your family, or your plans for the weekend.
Only 1 minute?
1 minute every day is much better than 1 hour once a month.
Consistency beats intensity.
Exactly.
Shadowing practice. I also love the shadowing technique.
Me too. Choose a short audio clip. Listen to one sentence and repeat it immediately, copying the pronunciation and rhythm.
For example, if the speaker says, "I'm looking forward to the weekend," I repeat, "I'm looking forward to the weekend."
Yes, try to sound like an echo.
This helps pronunciation, fluency, and listening at the same time.
It's one of the most efficient exercises you can do.
Record yourself. Here's an exercise that feels uncomfortable but works incredibly well. Recording yourself.
I agree. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes, then listen carefully.
What should learners listen for?
3 things: pronunciation, speed, and grammar patterns.
And then record the same topic again?
Yes, you'll often notice immediate improvement.
Stop fearing mistakes. Let's address a big emotional barrier, fear of mistakes.
This is important. Many learners think mistakes are evidence of failure.
But they're actually evidence of learning.
Exactly. Every mistake shows you what to practice next.
I like to think of mistakes as road signs.
That's a great analogy. If you never make mistakes, you're probably only using very easy English.
A 7-day challenge. Sarah, can we give our listeners a simple challenge?
Absolutely. Here's a 7-day Think in English challenge. Day 1, describe your morning in English. Day 2, describe your meals in English. Day 3, describe your journey to work or school. Day 4, have a 1-minute inner monologue in English. Day 5, listen to a 5-minute podcast twice. Day 6, record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Day 7, speak for 3 minutes about your week without using your native language.
That sounds achievable.
The key is to do it every day, even if it feels imperfect.
Final thoughts. So, what should listeners remember from today's episode? Remember these 5 ideas. Think about simple daily actions in English. Use multiple expressions for the same idea. Create an inner monologue. Listen to material at the right level. Speak out loud every day. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Exactly. Your brain is learning a new habit, and habits take time. One day, you'll notice that an English sentence appears in your mind before the translation does. And when that happens, celebrate it. It means your brain is building direct English pathways. We'd love to hear from you. What situations make you translate the most? Speaking, listening, reading, or writing? Leave a comment and tell us about your experience. We read your comments and often use your questions in future episodes. Thanks for spending time with us today. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep thinking in English. See you in the next episode of English Conversation Podcast. Bye, everyone, and happy learning.